I'm Gareth and Avis, it's Spencer Oliver. We're here at the talkSPORT Daily Podcast. We are one day away from that day of reckoning, December the 23rd. 10 of the top 15 heavyweights in the world. Anthony Joshua walks last against Otto Wallin. Deontay Wilder against Joseph Parker, two former world champions. The spite, if you like, between Jarrell Miller and Daniel Dubois, and the brilliance of light heavyweight Dimitri Bivol against our own Lyndon Arthur. That's just the pay-per-view section of the card. We're live tomorrow night from 8 o'clock on talkSPORT 2. We go over to the big show at 9 an hour later. Join us all night, live alongs this man delivering his best. You've been over everyone this week. Yep. You've interviewed everyone. Let's start at the top. Anthony Joshua has just weighed in behind us. How have you found him? Because you've had time with him, you've sat down with him. For me, I've seen a mood of menace.
Absolutely. I think what we've had with Anthony Joshua is we've seen that edgy Anthony back. We haven't seen that in his last few fights. And he feels like he now wants to prove the critique's wrong. You know, he's now turned that angry energy into positive energy. He says, you know what, Spence, you know, I'm a two-time world champion. People don't give me the respect I deserve. Olympic gold medalist, world silver medalist. And guess what? I'm going to become three-time world heavyweight champion. This is the beginning of the journey. Tough fight here against former opponent Otto Wallin, boxed twice in the amateurs. Potential banana skin, Gareth, but there seems to be a focus, and as you said, a menace around him.
He's got a clear strategy to nullify the strengths of Wallin early, which is he's very good with his footwork. He's a natural left-hander, so he creates weird angles. We even saw Tyson Fury have problems with Wallin. He couldn't beat him up easily. I think Joshua will ease into this fight, but we'll see combinations from him this time, and a big booming jab. He'll let the right hand go. He'll look for the uppercuts. He's looking for explosive power. They want to finish before the halfway stage. Yep. And if he does that, he's made the statement he needed to make.
Absolutely. Listen, Otto Wallin, he's talking the talk. Let's see if he can walk the walk, because Otto feels that Joshua right now is mentally probably the weakest he's ever been, and he thinks he can exploit that. He thinks he can take, you know, strength from that. He boxed Gassiev last time out, a big punching former world champion, and he boxed beautifully. He stayed on the outside, relaxed, put the combinations together. I believe he's going to use the same sort of tactics against Joshua. He's probably relying on Joshua going out there, starting fast, and maybe blowing himself a little bit and slowing down in the second half of the fight, because I tell you one thing Otto Wallin does. He's got an amateurish sort of style. He works well, switches the angles, but he throws punches, but he doesn't load up with anything. He's got 12 solid rounds in him. He finishes the 12th round like he started the first, and this is going to be an interesting fight. Like I say, there's people here, people that know the game well, that fancy Otto Wallin to win this contest.
I know, Spence, because we've spoken about it, you fancy Joshua to win on points. That hasn't changed.
No, it hasn't changed.
I think Joshua stops him between rounds 5 and 8. I really do like the feel of Joshua this week. I really like the feel of Wallin as well. Principally because any man that can walk out to his weigh-in to ABBA when he's facing Anthony Joshua, you have to admire. It's a big main event. Joshua walks last. It's going to be at about 11 p.m. UK time, by the way. That's 2 in the morning out here. Everyone's rushing home for Christmas afterwards. It's got a Christmas feel about it. Let's go down the card. Let's go down the main card.
Deontay Wilder
against Joseph Parker. How do you see that? We've both spoken to them this week. How do you see it?
Listen, this is a real interesting fight, because what we've got to look at here, guys, when you know the guys that are looking at this game, Deontay Wilder, that explosive power, that right hand, he'll catch Parker at some point and he'll win the fight and win it. It's not quite as simple as that, and the reason it's not quite as simple as that is Deontay Wilder's had one fight in 26 months. That was a one-round blowout of Robert Helenius. Yes, he landed that big right hand, but what we got to take into consideration here, guys, he's 38 years of age. He's had a hard career, that trilogy with Tyson Fury. So you've got to take all that into consideration. Gareth, we've been around Joseph Parker all week. This guy believes he's going to win.
He looks fantastic. His skin looks good.
Supreme shape. Yeah. And he says, listen, Andy Lee is a great tactician. He's a student of the game. We've come with a game plan. Yes, we know about
I
the
know
right
what the
hand.
game plan is.
And they know what the game plan
The game plan
is.
is being calculated and punching with Wilder, by the way, and timing him. They believe they can stop Deontay Wilder. And don't write that off, by the way.
Listen.
Even though I've got Wilder winning in the 9th, 10th round, as Parker's focus starts to go, because Wilder will be stalking him all night.
Yeah,
but don't write Parker
look,
off.
I'm with Gareth actually. I'm with Gareth that I feel that Parker gets his job done, and he probably Wilder gets the job done, and probably catches Parker between rounds 6 and 8. He's gone again. He's gone again. He's gone again. Yeah, I'm saying between 6 and 8, but don't write off Parker getting into a rhythm, Wilder not finding that rhythm, and timing being out, and Parker winning the fight on points.
Finish yet?
I'm trying to be serious here, guys. It was like this yesterday.
No, I've been listening to everything you're saying. I get it.
So what I'm saying is, this really is a fight that could go so intriguing because it could go both ways. I expect Wilder to get the job done inside the distance, but don't write Parker off. And one key thing here, by the way, guys, one key thing here is Parker says he's had a lot of information from Tyson Fury that's going to help him in this fight.
And the advice was avoid the right hand.
Well, a little bit more technical than that, but you know
that
what I
was
mean.
the top line advice. Avoid his right hand as well, and his footwork and all those things.
And avoid his dancing, by the way.
I'll tell you why I'm dancing.
Go.
Because there's a special buzz about this event. There's been a special feel all week.
God, you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Definitely ready to go.
Yeah,
Ready to go. No, let's go down the card. Let's look at Bivol.
No, let's go Daniel Dubois,
All right, let's
Jarrell
do that.
Miller.
Let's
go
first.
Dubois
Go.
Miller. Because that is, for me, and you, I believe,
Fight of the night.
Fight of the night. Fight of the night, and you just got to look at this. One thing that really caught my eye up there on the stage, this is where the fight, by the way, guys, can be won or lost, right? When the other guy gets into the with his opponent's head, psychologically starts talking him out of it. Jarrell Miller got there, he got in his face, they went face to face. Daniel was there, wasn't expecting it, boom, pushed him. You saw Daniel, he was shook up by that.
The post-fight,
round one, Jarrell Miller. Let's see how Daniel handles that moving forward, but yeah, very interesting there, the body language of the two up there. Been speaking to Jarrell Miller all week, by the way, as well. He's supremely confident. He said to me the same thing.
Did you train him or not?
No, I trained Otto Wallin. Okay. I trained Otto Wallin. But he's fighting my mate, Joshua. So that's another story. We're not going to go into it. Anyway, yeah, so... Do you like that? Jarrell Miller, I never trained Jarrell. Did you train Jarrell Miller?
No,
I didn't think so. Didn't think so.
I've known Jarrell Miller a very long time, I'll say this. I've seen him in kickboxing, I've seen him in other milieus. He's the enfant terrible of the heavyweight division. He's done the crime, he's done the time, he's on a second life in the heavyweight division.
Nearly 4 years out, by the way.
Nearly 4 years out. 333 pounds today. You said it as soon as it happened. Nearly 100 pounds, nearly 7 stone heavier than Daniel Dubois, who looked phenomenal as well. But for me, Daniel Dubois got to register early, get Miller's respect and hurt him.
Absolutely.
Now Miller's a little bit like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's got short arms. He'll need to get on the inside with Daniel. But I think if it goes beyond 5 rounds, and remember it's a 10-round fight, Miller starts to come into his own.
But I tell you one thing about Miller, though, he's got deceptive boxing skills, as in he's quite elusive for a big guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's got good quick hands, and like he'll throw the shots. The $1 million question is, can Jarrell Miller go the distance?
I don't think he can, because it's a 10-round fight.
I think if he takes Dubois into the second half of the contest, it's interesting.
If this was a 12-round fight, I would actually say it was harder for Jarrell because he doesn't look that fit. A 10-round fight, I don't know. I've got a feeling about Daniel Dubois being able to get the job done as well.
I've got an exclusive here, guys, as well. It's just come to me.
Do it.
Interviewed Don Charles earlier, trainer of Daniel Dubois. Don Charles said to me, Spencer, this may cost me this, but I'm going to let you know anyway. This is what happened against Alexander Usyk. We had the conversation before, like trainer boxer does, and I said to him, if at any point you get knocked down, look at me, signal, and I'll call you up. I'll tell you when to rise. He said the reason, forget questioning Daniel's heart, he said the reason is, Daniel looks at me, I was listening to the count, got caught up on everything, and mistime the count. He said, and that's why Daniel Dubois got counted out. He said, Daniel was looking at me, telling me, get up. And he said, I mistimed it. I called him up at 9. I'm telling you what the trainer said, that's all.
No, what I'm saying is I think Daniel was done.
All I'm doing is passing on exclusive inside information.
Here's another interesting fact about that fight. Ali Bashir, who goes all the way back to Muhammad Ali in the corner, and Lennox Lewis and the Klitschko's with Emmanuel Stewart, who did Alexander Usyk in the past, was in training camps. Then he did Daniel Dubois against Alexander Usyk. Now he's in Jarrell Miller's camp against Daniel Dubois.
This game's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy.
You're right to call that out to do that third fight. That's fascinating. We're giving our picks on that. And finally, even though Arslan Makhmudov and Agit Kabayel, Jaya Pataya and Ellis Zorro,
great
Arslan Makhmudov and I can't remember his face.
Makhmudov is boxing. Oh no. Yeah, Makhmudov is boxing.
Agit Kabayel.
Yeah,
Junior Sanchez against Frankie
Sanchez, yeah.
It's such a great card.
Do you know what? There's so many on there. Your head's just totally gone.
But
I mean, look.
But the light heavyweight. I
was going to say, we've not even really mentioned Dimitri Bivol. We're talking about a pound-for-pound star. And because of
the top 5 most technical boxers in the entire sport.
Had a great interview with him, by the way. You can get that on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel.
All the interviews from this week for us from the Boxing YouTube channel, all the big stars here. Robert Smith from the Boxing Board of Control as well, talking to us about the Saudi Arabians using the commission to put things together. It's had a big fight feel all week. Let's finally talk about Bivol and Lyndon Arthur. I'm doing a little pick here before we sign off. Bivol inside 6 rounds, stoppage.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what's going on with Lyndon Arthur, and I'm not sure. I'm looking at him. I don't know if you've spotted this, but I'm noticing a slight limp with Lyndon Arthur, and I don't know if he's got an injured leg or what. I'm not too sure about this, so I may be totally wrong on that, but I just something in my head.
I think Bivol on points or by stoppage.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm sort of with you on that one. Listen, it's all about opportunity, and I think Lyndon Arthur is going to go and take that opportunity, as is Ellis Zorro. Listen, that's what boxing's about, and boxing's steeped in upsets as well, by the way, so you never know. But all I do know is one thing for sure, talkSPORT 2 from 8 p.m, switch over talkSPORT main channel for the main events. From 9 p.m, you're going to catch all the action live with me and the G-Man.
And the rest of our team, of course. Andy Clark joins us. We've got Adam Catterall and Johnny Fisher back in the studio in the UK. We get excited, as you can tell, by the cutting of a Christmas ribbon, But we really are excited this week, because this is the epicenter of the things you've been talking about and we've been talking about. They've created a super league right now for heavyweight boxing. Winners move on, losers go home or fall to the bottom of the snakes and ladders. It's an amazing week. It's going to be an amazing card tomorrow. Christmas crackers. Don't miss it, yes?
Can I give you one more exclusive?
Go.
I don't even think I've told you this. Jaya Pataya. We was interviewing him earlier on. I interviewed him earlier on.
Him.
No,
it's
just come to me though. Jaya Pataya said to me that he's got a 2-fight deal out here in Saudi Arabia. He's vacated his IBF belt because it's that lucrative, and the IBF, for politics of the sport, said he couldn't have another voluntary defence. He's let that go to concentrate on these 2 fights. Well, guess what? It's not 2 fights. He had a meet with Turkey Sheikh. Turkey Al Sheikh. Last night, he had the meeting. He said it could be 3 fights.
When did he tell you this?
Wait, it gets better. It could be 3 fights. And who's the 3rd fight? Who would he like Opataya to fight?
Richard Rietpool, Chris Billum-Smith.
Someone that's on the bill.
Oh.
Dimitri Bivol.
Oh, wow. At cruiserweight.
He said no, at a catchweight probably.
At a catchweight.
I
think Bivol and Baturbiev will meet.
What I'm saying is we could be getting Dimitri Bivol, versus Opataya, out here in Saudi Arabia. These are the sort of names that are being talked about.
So overarchingly, a super league's being created. Frank Warren said it was a game changer kind of six months ago. We've seen that over the last few months. Shelley Finkel, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, all these guys on stage together, working together. Even we are happy to be here working together, as always. You've been watching the Daily Fight Night podcast with me, Gareth Davis, and him, still the Omen, Spencer Oliver. Catch us all Saturday night, 8 p.m, as Spencer said, talkSPORT 2, over to talkSPORT 1, live along at 9 o'clock. We'll see you then. for the day of reckoning.